Excuse me. Cool beans. Awesome. Thank you so much.
It's beautiful. You should check out some of the clothes.
I did. I lived here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
She goes, oh, well, we have for big plus sizes. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Because ain't no skinny minis here. Oh, hold on.
Here's that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to follow you because you got a flashlight.
Okay, here we come.
Right. Don't show Sarah.
Yeah.
Look about you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you want me to hit the door?
Okay, we go around the door.
Oh, shit. What's back here?
Stairs.
Stairs, guys.
Thank you.
It's stairs to nowhere, Jason.
Shit, it was stripped.
Oh, shit.
Okay,
Oh,
our
shit.
building was built in 1854. So at that time, the city of Leavenworth was just becoming, they were the biggest city west of the Missouri. I mean, they were like the metropolis in the Wild Wild West. Abraham Lincoln announced his run for presidency across the street from here. That's why there's that statue of Abraham Lincoln. He was most likely in this building.
Oh, wow.
Wild Bill Hickok lived here. The lady at First City Photos, she has photos of Lee Harvey Oswald, Abraham Lincoln, and John Brown. They all these people lived here, stayed here, had their photos taken. I'm getting a bunch of photos made of our building that she has from 1860, and I'm going to have them enlarged to hang up there in the loft.
Yeah.
But it's so cool to think of the history that we had. So when the town was built in the 1850s, they made tunnels from the river into the basements of all of the stores and all of the buildings and all of the old historic homes. So over the course of 8 years, we've owned the building for 8 years, we have had people that say they have part of the tunnel. It's always an historic home that's on Broadway. Here, you can go ahead and come in here, guys. Or you can
We're listening to you.
Okay, there's somebody stuck behind you here.
Yeah.
Hi. Okay, so it's always an historic home that's on Esplanade or on Broadway. They have a portion of the tunnel. Now, the tunnels went through the whole city. I only know that I've only talked to one person that was in our tunnel, and he is the guy. Did all of you, I know you guys didn't, did all of you go up in the loft?
Yeah.
Did you see the sign on the far side that said Electric Shoe Company?
Yes.
Okay, that was in this tunnel. It was super dirty. We didn't even know what it looked like. My husband cleaned it up, and it had all that architectural detail. Say that real fast 3 times. On it, couldn't even see it. But that sign was from a guy that met me outside one day and said that his dad owned a shoe shop here in the 1950s, and that was his dad's sign. And he said at that time, he and his brothers would run down the tunnel here and go down to the corner pharmacy where they would look up over the sidewalk and watch girls walk across in skirts. Yes, in the 1950s. And I said, but how did you do that? Because there's concrete stairs right here. And he said there were not concrete stairs. So, I don't know when that happened. That's been since 1950. But before that, this tunnel went down. It went across the street under City Hall. It went down to the corner pharmacy, and from there it went to the river. These tunnels did. But throughout the whole city, there's only 2 public accesses at this point. It's mine, and we do tours all the time. We've ran thousands of people through. And the other one is the escape room that's on 4th and Delaware. I guess if you go do an escape room game there.
You do. We just came from there.
You did?
They took us down there.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it
Is it fun?
Yes. It's fun.
Is it?
It was fun.
And so are you in the tunnel there?
Yeah. Not for the game, but part
Okay.
of your package deal when you go is they take you down and you get to see. There is one room down there that is an old bank vault that they've converted into a game room, but
Oh,
it's by
neat.
reservation only.
Cool. That's neat. That's neat. That is neat. So these are the only 2 public accesses. And people will say, you'll see them on Facebook, why don't they redo the tunnels? The city needs to do it. You guys are going to see, this is the tunnel. Right now, you're in the basement of my store. Well, the store is that half. This half is my Campbell kitchen. You're in my basement here. And then when you go in another room, you're in the basement of another room in my store. this is the tunnel right here, and this is underneath the sidewalk. So the tunnels ran along the buildings, because this is the base of my building, but this is the tunnel, this limestone. So it was all caved in all over the city. It's caved in. When they redid the Delaware streetscape, they caved it all in because nobody had the money to fix it up. I even think when you come in here and you walk, you see what bad shape it is. I am afraid that if we were to get our sidewalk redone, they would make us cave this in. So
I lived on 500 Oak when it was built in Sexton Funeral Home.
Oh.
We lived up top in our basements where we kept the hearses
yes.
and the limos, and it was exactly like this. It was all old like this, and it would flood. They lost a lot of limos and hearses.
So they were
it
able
would
to
flood all
put
the time.
vehicles in the
Yeah,
basement?
we had
Unbelievable.
like 2 different hearses and 4 limos, 3 limos. We had a lot down there.
Jeez,
It was
that's
a lot.
so
It was
cool.
huge, and it was just like this.
Wow, that is
Creepy.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
Well,
what
if
did
you've
they
ever-
use these rooms for? Storage?
Oh, this is just our basement. So whoever had the store up here, well, come on with me. I'll talk about the store at the next one.
Okay, let me look
So yeah, just be careful. There's lots of holes in this. Yeah.
Gotcha, don't worry.
at
Yep,
look
I
and see.
gotcha.
Okay. So this one goes downhill.
Okay.
Just this is very.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I got you.
You
Are
sure?
we going down there?
Well, you go on in here. Just see
Yeah.
where you're going.
I am.
And then somebody's moving this stuff. Let me move this back.
Somebody or something.
Ruining my photo ops here. Okay. We did have kids on
Lots
the
of
bus.
mannequins.
Yes. So guys, come on in here so everybody can come in here and I'll talk.
Will do.
You guys, oh, you know what? If you don't have a flashlight, don't walk yet. Have someone ahead of you with a flashlight.
There you go.
Or there you go. Yeah. And then just find a spot
You
and
come
stand.
over here, Gary.
There's lots of stuff in here. Sir, if you want to come over here and stand. So they
Yeah,
can-
Gary, come over here.
Yeah, there
There
you
you
go.
go.
Okay, guys, so this room is my favorite room. Okay, so you see, this was the basement of a store upstairs. The store upstairs was that, whoever saw the electric shoe shine, that was the electric shoe shop up there. And then you see these stairs. They had stairs to come down here and do their wood burning coal. So back in the 1850s, they would haul the coal from the river into the basements. People would come down here, and that's how they would get their heat to heat each place. Now, after that, so we had in 1862, Abraham Lincoln announced his run for presidency across the street, and then they used these tunnels for the Underground Railroad. And that has been proven. The lady at the Richard Allen Cultural Center, she runs tours through here all the time, and she said that ours was on the route. They would bring them from the river through this on and head on up north. So she's actually put in paperwork for a grant to try to get our tunnel redone. So haven't heard anything from her about that yet, but that'd be pretty cool. So you can see these were the basements. And then another thing that I've heard from several people, now there's no documented history anywhere about this. The museums, nothing. No photos, nothing at all. I only get what people tell me on these tours. And I've had several people on the tours tell me that their grandparents told them that they made the African Americans do all of their shopping down here and all of their commerce. So these were their stores where they got their shoes done, where they had their barber shops. They were not allowed to work upstairs, which, I mean, you can see what was going on in 1960. Can you imagine in 1860?
Is that why there's so many mannequins?
The mannequins are from a store that was 25 years ago. 25 years ago, it was the Corner Peddler, or Peddler's Corner, very, very popular clothing store. And and they put all their mannequins there because the gas man comes down here every month and checks the meter, and they put them there to scare them. And to this day, it still scares them. They'll come upstairs and be like, "Oh my God, that mannequin scared me!" So they have connected. The gas meter is way back there at the back of the tunnel. So
Wow.
it's so funny. It's so funny. Now this room, if you go ahead and look around, take your flashlights and look around. You guys are the most attentive group I've ever had.
We're good.
You are.
We'll work on that.
Exactly.
I'm usually talking over people. Nobody cares. Okay, if you look around at these newspapers, now I have ran hundreds and hundreds of people through in 8 years. A couple weeks ago, the first time ever, someone noticed it was in a different language.
Oh,
So
wow.
the one on the wall over there, they used it as insulation. Like I said, first time ever, someone said, "You know this isn't a foreign language."
Is it German?
No, we think it might be Greek.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's over there in the corner. It's cool. So Yeah. Now we have been running psychic tours through here. It's a psychic from Kansas City. Tons of people. We started it last Halloween and it sold out
Halloween
every
time.
time.
Like to do
75
that.
people a day. We do it on Saturdays. And a lot of people, I mean, I have never, in 8 years, I've never seen anything. I've never heard anything. I have never, ever, ever felt anything weird. But people on these tours, several of them, there was one that her camera kept taking pictures on its own. Just pictures, 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 pictures. Lots of them, the batteries went dead in their cameras. Lots of them said, so take lots of pictures. They are saying they saw orbs in their photos. They saw people or premonitions. Like I said, I've never seen anything myself. But it's pretty cool. I did have a TV crew. It was called the Plain Spirits of Kansas. Did you ever see that on PBS? Plain Spirits of Kansas? Did you see it? Okay. They did ghost places. So like the depot down the street is haunted for sure.
I heard about that.
Okay, and that was on the show. A K-State fraternity where the boys had been seeing ghosts. And then they did mine just because it's the tunnels. And so when they asked me to, I said, well, as long as you really put in the store and stuff so I get some business from it. So they showed the front of the store. They showed my store. They showed me. I thought I'm going to get so much business from being on TV.
Unless there's one in
I got a
here.
4-page letter from a convict at the Colorado State Penitentiary that said he was in love with me and he watches it on
Oh my God.
He watches it on PBS every time it comes on.
Just to see you.
Yeah.
Oh
And his nickname's Bear. So if you see a short guy bald with tattooed curly hair, that's Bear. Let me know.
you know
Let me
him
know.
So that's what you got out of
No, he sent a picture.
no! Oh
No, he was getting out in 30 days.
Oh,
and he wanted to meet
no.
me. I haven't seen him yet. I haven't seen him yet, so that's good. That's good. I didn't answer back, obviously. Well, my husband was the chief of police on Fort Leavenworth, so he sent a letter from the Fort Leavenworth Penitentiary to them, a cease and desist. So I'm hoping it scared him away. I hope he's not lurking around the corner.
Wow.
But if you're ever on PBS, it's called Plain Spirits of Kansas, or Plain Spirit Ghosts of Kansas. It's a great show. They did a great job. It was a really good show. And just the story about the demons and all that was really cool too. So, I forgot. So when we were I was in here with them. All
Make a
5
bottle?
of their cameras, batteries died at the same time.
Wow.
And they said it never happened, and I witnessed it. None of the cameras worked. We had to go back upstairs and charge them.
Hold on to the bottle. We can do it together. Sorry.
I don't know, but you know what? This stuff here, I thought this might be dirt. I didn't know. This is actually the old leather shavings from that guy. I told you that his dad owned the electric shoe shop. During lunch, they would come and dump the leather shavings down here in the basement. And that's what that is.
got it.
Now, my husband and I wanted to go ahead and hang these windows up in the loft, because in the loft, you saw where the bed was?
Yeah.
We're going to partition that off with big windows. You can see through it, but it's going to be partitioned. You can pull a curtain across. So we got one of these out. It's still over there. You can see it was rotted on one whole side. So we didn't hang it. So all this stuff is rotted on the bottom.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Isn't that
Wet.
crazy? Yeah, look at how the side of it, it's just gone. There's no wood on one side of it. It's all rotted.
He's shitty.
It's just stuff. 165 years worth of stuff. Well, then it wouldn't be special. Then it wouldn't be special. Yeah. Yeah, but I did bring that sign up. I took a mannequin up, which I don't think if anybody wants to stay up there, they're going to like that. I'll have to bring that back down. But I do want to take, there's a fireplace grate somewhere over
Yeah, I
there.
saw that.
Yeah,
right here.
so I'm going to take that up there, figure something out with
Yeah,
that.
that's really cool.
Yeah. And I would really like to. I told him the other day, I said, we need to go ahead and just get a shovel and dig in this. I mean, this is 75 years worth of sawdust or leather shavings.
Yeah, you never know.
Could be something
DNA.
under there. Dead bodies.
I'm surprised people haven't took and looked through the newspapers.
Well, I don't let people do it.
You gotta
Like,
go
I don't let
through
them.
it.
If anybody's over here, I don't let them touch any of this stuff. Because this is all piled. Even when we took that out, I held this one super careful forward and he took that one out.
Well, just like scientists and everything. It doesn't find very many old stuff.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. So any questions, guys?
Did you know when you set
Bought
up
it?
shop here that this
Yes,
was?
I did. We bought the building 8 years ago, and I did know. But we're military, so I did not know the significance of it at all. And if anybody follows us on Facebook, you know we're constantly
Right.
doing stuff to get people here. So at some point, I realized the significance of what I had. So that's when I realized getting people here for the tours gets them to shop. So
Right.
so we that's what
Every time we're trying to invest money in redoing these tunnels because Leavenworth
But
for
who's
the
they?
last few
Who's
decades
they?
have been trying to make this a destination place and get people here. And if we have this, I think it would.
Well, we are though. We are. I don't need the city. We run thousands of people through here.
Yeah.
We do it on our own. I don't need the city. But the city doesn't have
yeah.
any money to fix them up anyway. And like I said, you know, people you'll see on Facebook, they need to fix them up. You just saw what it is. And this
Yeah.
is just a small
Right.
portion.
Yeah.
It's caved in everywhere
Yeah, there's
else.
no way.
Yeah, yeah. But we take advantage of what we
places
have.
access?
No.
None at all.
We're one of only 2 in town. There are several other places that do have like a little bit, but I think ours is the largest portion that I'm aware of.
Wow.
I do know before they redid Delaware Street, you know, they took out all the trees. They had massive 50, 75-year-old trees. They ripped all the trees out. They took all the sidewalks out, and these were under the sidewalks, and they filled all these in.
Oh man.
Yeah. But we've run thousands of people through on these tours. Since last October, just with that psychic, I don't even know how many thousand we ran through. 75 people a day.
Wow.
Today it was about 150.
Wow.
So we're just kind of laying low and doing it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't leave the city out
Yeah,
of it.
exactly. This is your thing now.
Yeah.
That's
The
awesome.
mannequins have like fake eyelashes.
Yes, I'm glad you noticed that. Look at the detail of the mannequins from. So if these were left here 25 years ago, that store, we have the abstract of every business. They were in business like 25 years. So these mannequins could be from 50 years ago. They left them here 25 years ago. But the detail on them, and even if you go look at the pile in there, the shoes are beautiful. The eyelashes, it's just
Yes,
amazing.
definitely.
Look at all
I know
that.
there's a lot of like people too
I'm
who
about ready to.
attention to that, mostly
Freak
the
it
eyes
out.
because even the pupils take a long time to make those.
Oh, cool. And now they don't do anything on that, on mannequins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of them don't even have pupils.
I have one in my
They
basement and she falls over every now and then.
She does. Been drinking? Has she been drinking?
She's been drinking, I think, but she's all by herself. And so I stay out of the basement when she does her thing.
That's funny.
I'm not playing with y'all.
When she's drinking, you stay awake.
Full moon always.
Right.
I stayed out of the basement for the last 3 days. We got 3 ghosts.
Is that your washer and dryers at?
I have a laundry chute, so I can run. It'll beat me to the basement. I could throw it in, run upstairs, but then I gotta carry it back upstairs.
Yeah.
But put off doing laundry till.
After the full moon.
So guys, go ahead and take
They're
some
not
pictures.
mean or anything. They're just there.
You guys were so good. Oh my gosh.
This is really neat.
Now
Back
we're
upstairs.
just gonna go on back up. Don't go up those concrete stairs though.
I want to.
She did. She came in and she started going. Was it you?
Yeah.
I was like, hey, where are you going?
Yeah, let's go back up in here.
She came around the door and started going up the concrete stairs.
So this was just another door to the same room.
So you know what I think? Like back when the
Another
African Americans had their shops, that would have been that's the window to that room. See, she's in there, and then if you come over, that would have been the window. So there's a door and like a window
So
to
these
each
are
room.
actually little shops.
Yeah, they made the.
Yes.
Isn't that wild?
Yes.
Yeah, black people had to come
And then-
down and
Does it stop down there?
camping down here.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This just isn't much. I don't drag everybody down this way.
Oh, I get it when I come back.
That's funny. You gotta get that on video.
Right.
That's funny. Look at that. That's awesome.
Hey, Sarah. Babe.
What?
Found a place to hang his hat. Okay, so here, look at this. Look at this window.
Oh,
So this
wow.
would have been a store, and then there's that window.
Okay,
Isn't that cool?
okay.
So then this is just the sewer down here, but
Okay.
it looks like it did end right here. I don't know. I mean, that could have been put in there, you know,
Gotcha.
30 years ago. We don't know.
Wow, very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. So this room's really nothing. It's just trash from like 20 years ago.
Sure.
Whoever rented upstairs just threw the trash in there.
Okay. And this one's boarded up.
So this is the window to that room. See? So when you're in that room, it goes way over here.
Oh, okay.
Look at me, Jason.
Isn't that funny?
Isn't that hilarious?
Somebody lose their hat?
Me.
Oh, Lord. You're funny. Somebody get out of here. Oh.
That was funny.
These steps are wicked.
So those go up to the, like if we needed to bring something down here, that's a grate that you can open and
I
To
gotcha.
the
from the
street.
sidewalk. From the sidewalk, yeah.
That's why they
Gotcha.
were looking at the girls' dresses.
Well, kind of. Down there, I guess it had slats.
Oh.
Watching, yeah.
Oh.
Way cool.
We have our. I took my ear off. That's fine. That's
Great.
Yeah. Did you find it?
No.